the market. Now, earlier on you saw me preparing my chicken, and I'm going to be using that to make a lovely chicken and leek stew. So there's the chicken. Here's my lovely leeks, some nice thyme and some parsley and a bit of garlic. And then from the dumplings themselves, I've got suet, self-raising flour. I've also got a bit of stock. I'm just going to be using water and a stock cube. So I'm doing 1 pot cooking, and I'm going to be using a large sort of sauté casserole pan like this. So get the heat going underneath, a little bit of oil. Now I'm going to put the leeks in first, cut across, get rid of that end, and then just slice it. I love them personally, and they go fantastically well. It's a classic combination with chicken. Make sure there's no soil. This one is nice and clean, so it's going to go straight into the pan. And yes, I'm afraid I can't ever cook anything without it. It's garlic, a nice juicy clove, a little flatten just to get that skin off, and then a quick chop. Into the pan. Okay, they're starting to soften and colour a little bit, so I'm going to add the chicken. I'm just going to drop it in and give it a good stir around. I'm going to stir it through, separate the pieces of chicken, but I'm not going to really worry too much about browning them. It's time for our stock. Now I've got a cube I'm going to sprinkle in, and then some boiling water straight in to make the stock. And then I'm going to pop the lid on while we make the dumplings. Okay, a large bowl, flour, in it goes, suet, and I've got vegetable suet here. Nice coarse sea salt, I'm just going to scrunch it in, and then I'm going to add some parsley. Pull off a few leaves. Let's pick through it and get rid of any of those long stalks. Now, I think dumplings have got a bit of a bad reputation, and I think it's a shame, and I think it's because of the idea of the suet. Now, I'm using vegetable suet, and in fact, it's 30% less fat than the old-fashioned beef suet, so there you go. You can still enjoy your dumplings without worrying too much about your waistline. So let's give that parsley a nice chop. But try and go finely with this. We don't want too big leaves sticking out of our dumplings. I think that's ready to go in. Just give it a mix around. And then you need to add cold water. In it goes. And you want it soft. Now, there's not really any way to make a dumpling without getting a bit messy. Our stew over here is simmering really nicely. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. And I'm going to drop each dumpling in as it's ready. Okay, be prepared. About that size, sort of walnut. If you find it's getting a bit too sticky, have a go using a couple of spoons and do it sort of a bit quenelle, but just push it off. Don't bother trying to shape it. Just push the dollop in like that. In it goes. Now, it takes about 12 to 15 minutes to cook a dumpling. A couple of sprigs of thyme just for extra flavour. Lid on, and let's just leave it for 12 minutes and see what happens. Oh, look at that. Look how much they've grown. They've really filled the pan up nicely for me there. So I'm going to dish up. First off, though, with the chicken and the leek, I think a little squeeze of lemon just to bring out those flavours. Scoop some out. A few nice pieces of the chicken. Another dumpling or two. I'm just going to ladle some of those juices on the top. So there we have it then, a lovely steamy chicken and leek stew with some fluffy parsley dumplings.
Chicken's beautiful.
And just like melts in your mouth, and the leeks are gorgeous too.
I love dumplings. I haven't perfected the art of making them, but I'll certainly try them with parsley. Just delicious.
Love stews, yeah, I say, but I've never tasted dumplings like this before.
So there we have it, warming us up on this cold day. It's chicken and leek stew with delicious light and airy parsley dumplings. Delicious, hearty and easy to make.